It's your boy Ownlane Davo, and we back with another video. All right, look, we got a video about old Meezy, Charlie Kirk fatally shot at debate in Utah, and I was debating if I was gonna make a video on this, but I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna share my thoughts because you feel me. I used to listen to Bear a little bit, so we're gonna see what happened, man.
Have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
John Solomon's reporting.
Damn, counting or not counting gang violence. And I mean, shit, you know, and it's like right after that, bro got shot too. And it's like, damn, the irony of life, bro. It's like, fuck.
Just the news that he's passed. Yes, is this what I'm hearing? Yes, can I get it here?
I mean,
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Right here, we're having this moment, guys. Let's go around the horn, Gene. You continue on the horrendous news that Charlie Kirk has passed.
This is breaking news at 31 years old. Charlie Kirk, founder
Young as
of
hell.
Turning Point, most notably on the...
Ironic, cause that nigga older than me, but you feel me? Like he young though. Like 31 is young as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you supposed to still be living life.
biggest or tied with biggest Jubilee video in the 1 versus 20 series, political commentator, you know, friend of Donald Trump. A lot of people on our side of the internet know him as an antagonizer. Right. Has passed away doing one of his prove me wrongs at the University of Utah.
Man, he had that motherfucker bad. That's crazy, bro. Like, that's crazy because you really don't know. You really don't know when your last day is. You feel me? Like, that nigga probably didn't even know, like, this is, feel me? Like, this is gonna be his last day on earth. Like, that's crazy. And it's like, shit, like, he kind of, you know, he went out doing the thing he loved, debating and talking about his beliefs, you know?
Yeah, eerie nonetheless. What started off as seemingly one of his normal videos where he goes to the college campuses where he talks to these kids and has his debates and spreads his message, etc., etc. Couldn't have ended out any way worse than this. I mean, this is the most craziest example of what can go wrong at these events. Before we get to the part where he was slain, it was going just as a normal day would. He was talking about his usual rhetoric, you know, deportation, trans people, DEI, etc., etc. Literally the same normal Charlie Kirk bit.
Is that fair to say? All right, great. So, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Okay. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you
And this was only moments before he got to the question, which would ultimately be the last one that was posed to Charlie Kirk, where someone asked him, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in the last 10 years in the United States? In which Charlie responded, is this counting or not counting gun violence? Before the fatal shot was delivered to his neck, which left him slumped over in his chair. Now, of course, I'm not gonna show you anything on this video that is graphic, and I just wanna give anybody a fair warning who does go and seek that video out. It is extremely graphic.
Yeah,
like, there's a video of him,
up,
bullet entering his neck, blood spurting. Like, describing it in and of itself is graphic, but I just want to give a warning and a fair warning to anybody that goes out and seeks that video. It's graphic. You just have been warned. Pandemonium commenced. They rushed him off to the hospital, and there was a lot of speculation, but those that had seen the uncensored version kind of had a very good clue about it. And what seemed to be maybe an hour or two later, he was officially pronounced dead at the hospital. Confirmation came down from some right-wing media reports, but then ultimately the one that I went with and saw that I trusted, which is crazy to say, but Donald Trump tweeted it out.
I seen that. I seen Bird tweet out. I said, damn, I didn't know he was tapped in like that. Like, damn, that nigga had some, you feel me? But it's also, you know, like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm like, oh, of course, like, of course Donald Trump gonna acknowledge him, you know what I'm saying? He was pushing what Donald Trump stand for, you know what I'm saying? Whether Charlie Kirk was doing that because of Donald Trump or whether he was doing that just off of the strength of who he is, that's for, you feel me? We don't know. But we do know is that he was tapped in with Trump. So it's like damn.
Actual reporting that, you know, had me going, and some of the other political commentators like Myron Gaines and whatnot, those are the people that had me believing that this was to be true, plus the actual video in and of itself.
Yeah, so I'm the chairman of the College Republicans of America. I had 5 students working the event with Charlie. The latest updates we're getting from those students, one whose friend is at the hospital and one who's a state rep in Utah, have both said that Charlie has passed.
Yeah.
And that is unconfirmed by the news. This is just the word on the ground.
As I record this video, the suspect is still at large. I know that people saw that old Bernie Sanders looking man that was in custody, but apparently that was not the man who did this said event. Apparently the shot came from like 200 yards away.
God
and that
damn.
person wasn't close enough or something.
200
like
yards away? 2 football fields away? Nah. That nigga.
Or 200 feet away, I should say. That person wasn't in that proximity, so they let them go. But the shooter is still at large. And as far as I understand now, there's also another shooting that happened in Colorado. So just a bad day in Utah as a whole, where multiple people are either being
Ain't that crazy? Like, ain't that crazy? Like, let's really think about this. Like, bro, he was at a debate talking about gun control, and then he happened to get assassinated at his debate talking about gun control while a school shooting was happening at the same time. God damn. Life has a way to, you feel me? Life has a way to remind you, like, you know?
So just a bad day in Utah as a whole, where multiple people are either being seen as casualties or fatalities. It's not like any good news coming out of this, depending on which side of the internet you sit on. There have been a lot of mixed reactions about Charlie Kirk in this situation on the internet, because Charlie Kirk is an extremely divisive person.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Damn. And it's like, fuck, nigga, like, I know he didn't want to be the example of it, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, shit, it's like, you can't get mad at people using your words against you. Like, you said it, you know what I mean? And it's like, shit, there's gonna be someone in this video using these words against me. So it's like, you said it, you know? Shit.
That is a prudent deal.
And I could go down a clip rabbit hole of all the stuff that Charlie Kirk stood for and was against. I mean, black people, gay people, Hispanic people, immigrants. You know, there was some stuff about women. He is one of the people that are on the same side of a Myron Gaines, of a Nick Fuentes. Just an extremely divisive person. And it's so.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. They definitely just lost, like, one of their top members, bro, of like that whole, they lost. I put like this, I ain't gonna lie, this is how people feel on the internet. One portion, it's like, okay, this is how I feel. Charlie Kirk the person, it's like, damn, bro, like, fuck, like, that's fucked up that bro got shot. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to see a nigga get shot, you know what I mean? But it's also like Charlie Kirk, the internet person, and the persona and the shit that he was saying about all these different people, and especially about black people. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you expect? I'm actually not watching this. How do you expect people to act? If I'm telling you that you every bad thing in the world, and then I die, how I'm gonna feel some type of way if you celebrate him? Like, you know what I mean? Because to them, it's like, you're an enemy. You're an enemy to them. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter how you went out, you're an enemy. I'm gonna celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm celebrating, because honestly, you know what I mean? I'm not even into that side of all that. But it's like, what do niggas expect?
Crazy to say that he still lost his life, but that has the internet, and I don't want to say a conflicted area, because parts of the internet are truly celebratory. Some of this stuff I'm not going to be able to cover on this platform. I suggest that you subscribe to the patreon.com/Oneezy, where I will be able to give my unfiltered thoughts on situations like this. My just surface level is that you cannot tell people how to feel when somebody passes away.
That's what I'm
saying. I don't like
saying.
to get into the conversation of, well, this is a life that was lost. Those are emotions. To somebody, this person was one thing, and to somebody else, that person was a whole nother thing, right? This person was a bad.
Like, look, like to some people, Charlie Kirk, shit, he got a daughter that, honestly, bro, on some real shit, like, I feel sorry for the daughter and the wife. Because I'm like, bro, growing up without a dad, that's like, damn. And that's one of probably the main things, like family shit, he was probably preaching about. But obviously, let's not forget, he was preaching about a whole lot of other shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was also preaching about family. So it's like, damn, his daughter ain't gonna have no dad, bro. And it's like, fuck, you didn't want to see no family man get shot. But it's like, how do you expect? It's like, bro, y'all think y'all the only ones with guns? Like, just because a motherfucker might be against guns, don't mean he might not have a gun for protection. You know what I'm saying? And I know it may not make sense, but think about it though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all not the only niggas with guns. So it's like, I hope it wasn't no black person, but I ain't gonna lie. Hope it wasn't no black person that shot him.
God to you, but a savior to, their kinfolk. So I'm not in the place and space where I can tell people how to feel about a situation, what to celebrate or what not to celebrate. And I do think that it's wrong for people to say, you're bad for celebrating or you're bad for feeling this way about this person, X, Y, and Z, et cetera, especially when you have such a polarizing digital footprint. The interesting thing about all this is now there are people who are advocates on the side of, guns don't belong in schools that are going to have to go up for Charlie Kirk. I think it's like one of those catch-22 situations because he ultimately did pass away on school grounds, where people would say like, guns shouldn't be allowed, we should have gun reform. And he, who is somebody who has been staunchly against gun reform, is going to be used as a
symbol. So honestly, bro, that's the craziest part. Like, nigga really went out, like, you feel me? By the thing. He went out by the shit that he was protecting. Like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. I can't say live by the gun. I mean, can you say live by the gun, die by the gun? But it's like, that's crazy, bro. Like, honestly, bro, like, I don't want no one dead, bro. But it's like, damn.
Or a talking point for the short time being to say like, this is the exact reason why we need gun reform for a guy that is, anti-gun reform. People are going to have their arms twisted. That's just a fascinating conversation.
I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up new age term that does a lot of damage. But
look, I don't want this to be some sort of long video where I go into some rambly spiel about the situation.
I never seen that clip in my life. You don't want no empathy? Damn, all right, well, shit. Say what?
Because we just have the surface level information about this, plus the entire back catalog.
Hey, trust me, bro. If you don't want no empathy from based off how you was moving, you don't gotta, you feel me? You don't gotta ask. Niggas gonna already feel a certain way about you, so... You know what I mean? To be real. Niggas are gonna feel a certain way about you, so you saying that, you know what I mean?
Of what Charlie Kirk has. But I do want to pose the question to other content creators who are along the similar sphere of Charlie Kirk, and potentially the others that don't have the same beliefs, but also are very free, readily available to the public. Is this going to affect how you move going forward? Are you going to change up your patterns, your ideologies, your beliefs, your faith, and all that stuff because it can cost you your life?
I actually had a debate set up for tomorrow in Asheville, North Carolina.
Are you still going to go to your event? Or are you going to cancel it?
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, cancel that shit, bro. Cancel that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You don't want to go, bro. I'm trying to tell you, once you create a country that's so divided, people think only one side got extremists. No, both sides got extremists, and both sides are willing to take it there with you. So it's like, hey, look, every side, you feel me? At some point, it becomes like a little war within itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and there's gonna be casualties. And Charlie Kirk is a casualty of a war that he was participating in. You know what I'm saying? And and it's, call it how you want to call it, bro, but I'm gonna be real, man. Like, you was contributing to this divide. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless, if you was preaching some shit like, hey, we should all get along and we should, you know what I'm saying? We should do this with that. Then they'll be like, okay, like, damn, like, y'all fucked up. Like, y'all hella fucked up. You know what I mean? Both sides, you'd be like, damn. But he was pretty much saying, the side I'm on is the correct side. The side you're on, yeah, we're not with that shit. So it's like, what do you expect? The side that you was telling that their lifestyles isn't up to par with God and all that. How do you expect them to react to you dying? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, the more that people do it, the more that they finna pop out and start. And look, no one gonna be outside debating no more. Stick to the shade rooms and stick to the Discord calls, bro, because it ain't safe outside. The last one I did it safe outside was Steven Crowder. I fuck with Steven Crowder. Like, I was fucking with him a little bit, you know what I mean? But, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, don't go.
I wouldn't
go.
Myron, you gotta cancel it, bro.
I mean, I would advise to cancel it because
cancel it.
Myron,
Hey, niggas is bloodthirsty right now, bro. Niggas is not. People in America do not like how they're living right now. You got the rich getting hella richer, the poor get hella poorer, and then it's like, bro, motherfuckers get desperate. They gonna try to find it. If they feel like you contributing to their despair and to they, you feel me, to their cause and how they live in life, if they feel like you know what I'm saying, they gonna go after you. You know what I'm saying? Presidents and the only niggas that could get shot out here, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. So when y'all get up online and start, you know, damn, am I gonna sound like hypocritical? But when y'all start getting online and start pushing these political beliefs and religion, those things right there can have motherfuckers crashing out on you. So when you start pushing those two things on the internet, be prepared for someone, you know, always take care of yourself. And it's like, he could even prevent this from happening if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. You know, he done did so many of them. He used to it. Like, he used to that crowd. He couldn't expect that. That's why I was like, fuck, bro. Like, RIP. I was like, damn.
Cancel it. Can't be doing this anymore. You can't put yourself at risk.
Yeah, I literally I just got this info like 10 minutes ago, so I you know, obviously I'm still kind of figuring out what the hell's going on. I didn't even really think about Asheville until you guys brought it up.
Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have morals and, you know, you don't want to die on a certain hill. This is something worth dying on. But all that stuff sounds great in theory, when especially the stuff that he was championing was more so meant for social media views and clicks. It would be different if he was marching for a different cause or whatever the case may be. But this is ultimately for social media views. And at the end of it all, he has 2 children that are just left without a father.
Kids.
Something that he would be very staunchly against. So to those that do these certain things, especially out in public, you know, the ones that go and set up tables and stuff like that and try to have public debates knowing that they are easily locatable and people are searching for them based off of their views, would you change what you do? Even to an I Show Speed. Granted, Speed doesn't have some of the insane takes that Charlie Kirk has.
Right? It's like, okay, it's like with Speed, right? He hella famous, you know what I mean? Hella famous, But it's like the message that he's pushing across his social media is way different. You feel me?
Digital footprint looks nothing like his. But are you going to change being so readily available based off of the events that transpired today? I do think that it's worth looking into because honestly, removing yourself from like your village and your family because you wanted to generate a bunch of clicks and views by being so outwardly, God, I want to use the right words here, so outwardly outrageous, you know, hyperbolic and so click driven that you want to get a point across. I don't know if it's worth it at the end of the day. In fact, I would say without a shadow of a doubt that it's not worth it. Like, sure, he might have moved the needle in a conversation or two when it came to maybe some more conservative viewpoints, but ultimately his kids are left without this. I wonder how this shaped.
Honestly, bro, it's not worth it, bro. Honestly, it's not worth it. And whoever watches to the end, I appreciate y'all because honestly, I don't feel no certain way about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see no one get shot and die. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But also, if I'm being real and I'm going to keep this shit real like I try to do, this is the type of stuff you ask for when you are pushing such a strong narrative or a strong stance on something that you know is going to have major pushback. You know what I mean? And it's like, he was just a victim of his own, you feel me? Of his own stuff he was pushing. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, so RIP, bro. RIP to Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers to the family, to his 2 kids, bro. Cause that's fucked up, man. I'm gone. Peace.